Recognize Mr. Gallego for his.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On July 16th, the Department of Interior notified Congress that it intended to move the Bureau for Land Management and staff out of Washington, D.C., where all other federal land management agencies reside. Despite concerns from numerous lawmakers, including many on this committee, the department moved forward with finding a new space in Grand Junction, Colorado, a space they'll share with various oil and gas corporations and lobbies. Not only did the department forge ahead, despite Congress' concern, but according to testimony we heard from Chairman Small, the Indian tribe, you also failed to carry out legal obligations to consult with Indian tribes before doing so. Yes or no? Can you commit to producing the documents before any staff, begins to move their offices out of Washington, D.C., specifically the cost-benefit analysis and other types of analysis?
If the committee requests the documents, then we have a process in place that would allow us to be responsive to legitimate oversight requests from this committee, while at the same time protecting important executive branch confidentiality interests.
From what I understand, we did request those documents, and we have not received anything in return. This committee has actually been pushing for this for quite a while. To your knowledge, has there been a position-by-position cost-benefit analysis?
My apologies, sir. Could you repeat the question, please?
To your knowledge, has there been a position-by-position cost-benefit analysis?
In my capacity as the principal deputy solicitor within the Office of the Solicitor, I don't track CBAs done within respective bureaus.
To your knowledge, has there been any effort to systematically assess the impact on the workforce should they move to Grand Junction, Colorado?
Again, I apologize because I want to be responsive, but I'm not.
Is there documentation of Interior's consultation with sovereign tribal nations?
The importance of consultation with the sovereign tribes is incredibly important.
Yeah, I know that, but is there documentation of Interior's consultation with sovereign tribal nations?
I just want to emphasize, because it is our sovereign responsibility to consult with the tribes in certain situations. Regarding what BLM has done for the process, I will have to work with the Bureau of Land Management and get back to you, sir.
Has an impact analysis been done to determine effects on the diversity of Interior's workforce if they move to Grand Junction, Colorado?
I'm sorry, sir, could you repeat that question?
Has an impact analysis been done to determine the effects on diversity of the Interior's workforce should they move to Grand Junction, Colorado?
I want to be careful with your time, so I'll simply say, consistent with my previous response, I will work with BLM to get that answer to you.
Okay. This committee asked for a witness who can answer these questions. Clearly, that's not happening right here. Since Interior sent someone who could answer questions, it seems like Interior is trying to keep this reorganization under wraps. We don't have documentation. We can't even have simple questions asked. If you can't commit to producing all of these documents we've asked for, I'm sorry, let me back up. Do you commit to actually producing these documents that we've asked for and this data that we've asked for?
Absolutely. I commit to working with the Office of Congressional and Legislative Affairs to get you the documents you've requested in a manner that protects the executive branch confidentiality interest, while at the same time respecting your legitimate, nonpartisan oversight request.
So do you believe if I'm asking for a position-by-position cost-benefit analysis, do you believe, in your opinion, that is going to somehow be, will we have access to that, or is that going to be somehow impaired by the executive because of some executive privilege that they're going to evoke?
I want to be careful and emphasize we adhere to the process that we have across all administrations, but you're asking important questions. I will speak to Deputy Director Penley and the Office of Congressional and Legislative Affairs promptly.
So what is the timeline that you think this is going to be occurring in?
Do you have the date when the request was sent in, sir?
I could have my staff work on it. Yesterday.
Oh.
So we could have my staff work on that with you too.
Yes, sir. And
the other concern I still have is also the request about the potential lack of consultation when it comes to tribal nations. This is an ongoing concern, has been an ongoing concern with our tribal nations, not just obviously in this reorganization, but other actions with the Department of Interior. So please make sure that you also provide documentation that there, if it occurred, documentation if there has been consultation with tribal nations. At this point, speaking to at least some of the tribes that are involved in this move or will be affected by this move, they have not been consulted with, so that's why we're asking if there is some other level of consultation that we have not heard of. So in addition, while you're looking for those documents, please also provide us with information where there was some tribal consultation. Thank you, and I yield back my time.